Yeah, that is true. Sort of an interesting choice to go for that Marana into the maiden, as you were saying. So, not only is there, the Rubik telekinesis that can catch the Marana out and drag her back, but the frostbite as well. So multiple ways that the Marana can just, just get picked off with relative ease. And Vessuwan deciding to go in for the tiny. So do you think that's gonna be for BB again? I mean, I suppose there's still the potential that they might choose to run the Tusk as the mid this time round and maybe
Yeah.
put the tiny as support, but you think it's still most likely going to be a mid tiny?
I feel like that would be the direction I'm going with, but I mean, you're gonna be flexible, right? You have Tusk and Tiny. You can put them either one of these in the mid lane, and to be fair, there's a good amount of range options that can deal with this. I wonder if either team would consider going for like a Viper. You can put the mid, both Tusk and Tiny will suffer with, and you can put Pangolier in the off lane, give it to Zhao Yu instead. So and have Knight pick something else, but we'll see if EHOME wants to go that path.
Yeah, we'll see how they do end up going.
It's heavy melee, by the way. Like a Faceless Void could be amazing pick for EHOME or something like that, because it's like at minimum it's 2 melee cores. At minimum that's what we're talking with.
Yeah, definitely for sure. They do like the Faceless Void pickup already. And it's very rare you actually get to see that hero show his not so faceless face in many of the games, but it would be quite cool to see it picked up again, or at least once in the entire tournament. But still, EHOME's fourth pick to come out, only 20 seconds of reserve time left, and they're going to go for the Magnus pickup. Okay, so, a classic Rubik telekinesis lift into the skewer for the laning phase. See if they can get some people underneath the tower and, go for like a quick kill that way. We'll see if they can actually pull it off, though.
I like the Magnus pick because we're just saying, right? You have 3 melee heroes. You can often see the Tusk snowballing, so you can time the RP on top of that very nicely. You can be piercing, just all good for the Magnus. Of course, if you get ruptured, you can't skewer away. That is going to be a bit of an issue. And I guess you don't really want the Faceless Void anymore. We'll see what they go. There is still a PA. I kind of like the Phantom Assassin pickup, but they banned the Slark. Feeling fairly confident that it's not going to be a Bloodseeker carry, and instead it's going to be like something like a Bloodseeker off lane or potentially mid. That wouldn't be that bad, actually.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing shouting out to me at the moment to say that the Bloodseeker isn't going to be the carry. It's not like any of the heroes on the side of EHOME stop him going into that position at this point. So yeah, it does feel like Vessuwan have a lot of flexibility on where they can actually put their people, where EHOME doesn't really seem that flexible. Like, it seems pretty clear cut of where they're going.
Exactly. Crystal Maiden carry, Pangolier position for mid Rubik. That seems pretty obvious for the Archon brain that we have, right? It's like that.
Yeah, that's exactly my thoughts. Like we were saying earlier, the maiden can get the attack speed talent and get herself a Mjolnir, and off she goes, mate. Right clicking away. But still, final pick, pretty quick there for Vessuwan. They go for the Nature's Prophet. So, okay.
I still like the PA.
Yeah?
I still like PA, possibly a Sniper, although Sniper versus Tusk Tiny can be very risky. Same thing with a Drow Ranger, but I'm liking the PA if they want to go for, works well with the Magnus, and you group them up together. Very durable. You have a couple. You can get a break with the shot, which is very useful against the Bloodseeker. So I like it. But will EHOME go for it? Will they go for something else entirely?
They don't have a huge amount of time to work with. 12 seconds, and okay. TB, they see that KNP had a fantastic first game with that, and they're going to see if MKS can do the same, and as dominantly. I don't know. We shall see. Obviously, what's his lane going to be? He paired with the Maiden versus the Nature's Prophet with Tusk.
Yep, and it's going to be the mid-tiny position, and looks like it's going to be Linux on the Mirana, so Tusk and Treant. With a tag team, if you have some Treants on top of that, can do a whole lot of damage.
Yeah.
A Terrorblade, Crystal Maiden's pretty good. Once you get on top of the Nature's Prophet, though, that's very interesting. I do think like this bottom, like this lane, that is going to be the off lane for the Radiant. It could go either way,
Yeah.
Nature's Prophet, Tusk. Terrorblade, Crystal Maiden. It's not exactly the biggest kill lanes on both, but it's fairly strong for either of them. Tiny versus Pango, I kind of favor the Tiny just because you have all that extra attack damage from the tree, but And of course, Magnus and Rubik versus the Bloodseeker and the Mirana. I think the person with the biggest who has to be scared is actually KNP. You know, Lynx can just jump if he gets skewered back, but KNP, you get next to the tower, you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, it's going to have to be something that he's going to be very, very cautious about his position. It's one little mismove like that can completely change how his lane's going to end up panning out for him. I suppose it'll just depend if they can just make sure that there's no creep pulls off or something. Just allow KMP to sit in front of his own tier 1 tower, feel relatively safe last hitting away, and yeah, I think you should have a good time. But as you were saying, if they are able to get that skewer combo off, that could be pretty damn nasty.
I'm gonna go with my boys on EHOME, by the way. Yeah, I think Game of Thrones, they were having fun. You know, they're like, come on, guys, you didn't win a game. Let's go for the Moonshot Slark instead of Basher, Lincoln, Sphere, Sanjin, Yasha, or I don't know, a useful item. But this game, I don't think EHOME is gonna be as generous. I think EHOME is gonna be like, you know what? Let's just let's show them why we, you know, why we're such a good team, I guess.
Yeah, try and bounce back. Showed that first game was just maybe a bit of a fluke. Shouldn't have been as one-sided as it was. I mean, the start wasn't too bad for him, but yeah, the TB just quickly ran away with it, and there wasn't really anything they're able to do. Obviously, with the TB in their own arsenal right now, let's see if they're going to be able to do the same. This high ground ward, it was actually placed 2 seconds before there from Boom Boy. So I don't know if they scouted out that wall place, or if they saw the Tusk running away. And yeah, they get it.
Yeah, but they also have to deny their own. But you're fine with that, you know. You guys yours. And Xiaoyu, he's actually going to farm he farms 1 tree and hey, it gives you 8 gold, gives you a 12 experience. That's not bad to start off with. That actually makes a difference.
That can, yeah. It would get you that level 2 just that tiny bit sooner, and if you can actually abuse that, it could be pretty big. It depends though. Are we going to get a bit of a fight for this top river bounty rune? I mean, Knight and Lu are there trying to set up for it, but BB, TNT, Boom Boy all coming in to do the same, and yeah, it will just be an end-up trade. Actually, 3 bounty runes get taken up there from UTV. Lion X able to take away the bottom river one. Bit of punishment as a result, but the man started off with 2 stacks of tangos. He does not care.
By the way, I like what Lo did in the top lane. He got a 3-man Crystal Nova, so that's pretty nice. You know, that's a good way to make sure everyone takes a little bit of pain here. But Boom Boy, if he goes up to the Crystal Maiden, should be fairly okay for him, especially with the Treants. I mean, this is the worst part about playing against Nature's Prophet. You go on, the Treants come and punch you in the face, and you're like, great, I'm a slow-moving, weak support with no armor. Fun!
Yeah, it just feels so rough. Especially when a few
like,
levels start getting put into it.
And they're not even worth killing. They only give you 8 gold. You know, it's like they're worth frostbiting you. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fight. Like Venomancer's Plague Wards give you 15 gold level 1. Like that, 15 gold feels like a lot. That's almost 2 treants.
Yeah, and they're a lot easier to kill.
Exactly. They're like 2 hits more for almost every hero. Okay, 130. Okay, for some heroes it's like 3 hits, but still, I don't know what Ice Rock is up to with those treants. He seems to love them. Every patch, they just seem to get better and better.
Yeah, it's true. Especially when they first brought out the shard with the big treants, and the amount of split pushing you could do with that was disgusting. Oh, missed that! Down bottom, first blood is found. Saladin will get it. KMP also taking a beating in response. So already EHOME off to a good start. Didn't even need to go for like the under tower skewer play. Just able to win the 2 versus 2.
And it's the very common thing that we've seen with Mirana, right? You're in level 1, you go for the Star Storm, that means you're not getting those kills, like the creep kills with the arrow. You don't get that fast level 2, and you are susceptible. He's going to reach level 2 now. Will he actually take the leap, or will he take the arrow? He might consider taking the arrow here. And yeah, he takes the leap instead. Always the safer option. He's not that greedy.
No. You know, especially if like you can also get aggressive with the leap as well. So it's sort of like a, you know, it does 2 things in one. Oh yeah, Salad. He'll be there. 2-man skew underneath the tower. KMP's going to take a few hits from it as a result, but I mean he is a Bloodseeker, so once he gets to the last hits, he will heal back up, but it will take him some time.
In the meantime, though, the thing about the Mirana though is your attack damage is decent, but Xiao Yu, he's gonna be able, he's fine with tanking it, right? 4 mangoes and a ring of regeneration, so he's sitting out there with 6.5 health regen a second. Overall, the person suffering the most is unshockingly TNT, who has honestly has just had not the best day in general. Like I feel like every time I'm looking at him, he's struggling in one of the lanes, sorry, in the off lane, and in this game it's the same. You know, MKS is the highest CS. TNT unfortunately only is stuck at 7. To be fair, MKS probably gets a couple of those treant kills as well, but it's still very happy. Like, you know, it's still gold and experience that you're getting.
Yeah, that is very true. Normally you can use those treants to actually secure more denies and response. Actually down the bottom, KMP have been dragged into the tower again, taking a lot of damage, and he actually gets brought down as a result. EHOME just doing fantastically well here in this off lane. Just able to get so aggressive. Actually back up towards the top. Boomboy stuck in this little attack battle with MKS, and now TNT also has to run away. He's not going to be able to get far. He will also get brought down. But Lou actually getting the kill credit. And then back down towards the bottom. Lionax did at least get a retaliation kill there onto Xiao Yu.
Kill zapping all over, but EHOME, again, feeling like they're coming out on top as, well, I did in game 1, honestly, during the laning phase. And the success, though, it stopped in the middle lane, right? That's where both teams are even. BB, you know, with the tree, you have a ton of extra damage, as well as reach, and with the harass. Oh, bottom lane, Lionax.
Oh, he's going to get brought down. Nothing that KMP can really do there. I mean, on paper as well, a Mirana Bloodseeker combo, there's not really any synergy there, is there? Like, unless the Mirana lands a really good arrow to you know, trap them inside the Blood Right, she doesn't have a slow, she doesn't have a guaranteed stun or anything like that, so it's not really the most clear-cut combination in the world, and as a result, it does feel like maybe that's the detriment about why they're not doing so hot in this lane.
I agree. It's Mirana generally, you want someone else to set up. You can't just pick a Mirana and be like, oh, you know, just land arrows. You know, it's like it's a tough job. And the fact that you're taking Starstorm, you know, level 3, you're going to take the Secret out level 4. You're not going to be able to farm those creeps in the side as well. KNP, oh my lord, again.
Another skewer into the tower. Going to take a few whacks as a result, but yeah, he's got quite a lot of armor actually, 8 armor, so the hits don't do as much as you would expect.
Arrow?
Oh, it does actually connect, but no follow-up.
Yeah, it's fine for them. Like, apart from BB, it does feel like UDV kind of suffering the lane stage a little bit here. BB, he is having a slightly better time than last game, right? Might be able to get that faster Blink Dagger, get him on active. Although, I think you can kill the supports and the Pango, but Magnus as well as the Terrorblade are tough ask for a Tiny to burst down.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's all going to be about just controlling them and allowing like time for the Blood Right to go off, and then just like whittle them down once they're silenced. I think that'd be the only way to kill those two. But as you were saying, the support's definitely going to be a prime targets for them to just pick off. And it's like Lou as well at top, just beating into Boomboy. Things coming out say I need some help right now as MKS just running at TNT as well.
I like what Low went for, that very early fluffy hat. You know, it's 125 health. It's a lot, you know. It's something that gives him a bit of 20% extra health for him. So it adds up, and I just like that he went for it straight away. Crystal Maiden, you're very fragile. Your strength gain is it's not actually that bad, 2.2, but you're very fragile either way, and that extra fluffy hat will help you stay alive and get your spells off a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. It's a big value for such a cheap item. So Boomboy trying to get the lockdown on towards Lou, can't quite get it, but instead Knight gets hit from the arrow there. The Avalanche was the setup. Can they get the burst kill? No, they can't actually. The quick jump forwards, Knight gets the kill. Now Rolling Thunder. Will he manage to get the correct connections there to stun lock BB? He's going to try his best to, but those right clicks are actually starting to stack up right now. He's got to be careful, and he will disengage. Can the two supports bring down BB? It doesn't look like they can. Just ends up putting everybody nice and low. Actually, never mind, another jump forward. So potentially Salad. Oh, it does manage to get the stick off. He's still alive. And Knight, unfortunately for him, the shield crash not close enough to finish off BB.
Level 1 shard, also not enough, especially when you have an infused raindrop. So that's a lot of punches thrown, but I think the only person who died was Boomboy in the end. So, okay. I mean, in the top lane, though, MKS continuing to really dominate TNT. And TNT, speaking of being dominated,
yeah, it's just no way he can survive that. Too much damage. BB though with the rotation coming in, snowball straight on top of the TB, will be able to bring him down. And he was level 6, but he didn't actually hold the point to get the Sunder up.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's a greedy play, right? You want to make sure you max out your meta, max out your conjure, just so you can farm up as much as possible. So didn't go for it. Still, it's not the biggest deal, you know. He's still number one in terms of net worth, and he's just having a fun time this game.
Yeah, that he is. I mean, again, like normally going up against the Treant Protector, it's a bit more difficult to land those last hits and whatnot, but he's been able to just do whatever the hell he needs to. Oh, Knight on top of Lion Axe, doing a lot of damage, force him to use all of his leap charges to get away. I don't want to get.
What you're saying about it being difficult for a lot of heroes to contest the Nature's Power, but look at what he started off with on the Terrorblade. Agility Treads, 2 Wraith Bands, a Yasha Quelling Blade. Like he's hitting for 110 per hit. I think it's actually much harder for the Treant to combat him, you know?
Yeah, it's definitely the case in this game. Just so much base stats. Look, he's just farming the Treants. Like it seems like TNT doesn't even care about microing them away from the Terrorblade. He's like, yeah, just kill my Treants. Just allow me to get some last hits myself.
Question now is, what's EHOME going to do? What's the play they're going to go for? They are going for the Blink Dagger Rush on Magnus. I think he might have a mech. Yeah, he's got a mech coming on the way, but he's going for the Blink Dagger next. At least that's what's queued up. Not going for the Guardian Reefs. I kind of like that. I do think that you don't really need Guardian Reefs too early, but a nice Blink Dagger on the mech could set up your whole team. You put that on top of a freezing field, a Pangle Roll, a Swashbuckler. There's a lot you can do. Lion X, he's not set. He's here. Not with a whole lot of health though.
Oh
dear.
UDV coming in with the smoke. Have got the grab there on towards low, and it looks like the Maiden will be the casualty, but that's quite a few people rotating just to kill an enemy position 5. Not really the highest priority target in the world, but at least that does force EHOME off of their tower and keeps that objective alive for a bit longer.
Yeah, that for sure. I mean, both teams are okay with that trade. Yeah, we lost the Crystal Maiden, but at the same time, you know, we didn't lose anyone valuable. It's like freaking Crystal Maiden. Boomboy's gotten decent farm on this Tusk, you know, quite a bit ahead of all the other supports. He's going for the Infused Rain. I think it's going to be Tranquil Boots with the Infused Raindrops and Magic Wand. Okay.
Yeah. I love how that just shows how sad the life of support is. The fact that he's 1900 gold at 10 minutes in, you're like, yeah, he's rich. This man's having a great game. Oh, to be a support.
You know, if you want gold as a support, you pick Bounty Hunter. You know, that's when you get the gold. Yeah. You get those Janata hits in the lane. Oh, so much fun. You go, guys, I stole 20 gold from him and I got 20. That's a 40 gold swing in our favor.
That is true.
It's worth it.
Hit someone a couple of 100 times and all of a sudden that's a big old change. Yeah, Zhao Yu does manage to get the skewer off with the heal of the mechanism. He's still just running with the rupture on top of him right now, because top of the RP, just connection on towards Boomboy for now with the Rolling Thunder coming through from Knight, making space. Zhao Yu has actually managed to disengage without getting taken out here. But still, Boomboy is just dodging all of these hits coming out. Finally, he will have dropped him. Stolen Blood Right, not able to do too much, but KMP's own doing tremendous work. Both supports on EHOME end up losing their life. So 2-for-1 trade there for Vessuwan.
Good play by Zhao Yu, honestly. He was able to sort of maximize the distance he can get while to escape the rupture, heal up, but in the end, cost them 2 supports, and there's just too much disabled. You know, it's the Tiny as well as the Tusk. There's no way the Max can like get too far away from them, not take damage.
Yeah, it was. It's probably obviously it's just level 1 rupture as well, so he knows that it's not gonna completely wreck him if he just keeps on running for a bit longer. Yeah, gets as far as he possibly can away. And he's still just hanging about. Should be able to, well, he's trying his best to bring down this tier 1 tower, but just Bloodseeker constantly showing his face is making him really work for it. Unfortunate skill to steal there for Salads, just the tree grab. Not quite the one you want.
It's not that bad. I mean, okay, it's pretty. Oh, there you go. He takes it, tosses it. What, can you get something else, BB?
Denies the DD rune. No, yeah, it's locked in place on now. Does toss back Knight, who's still going to actually commit for the Rolling Thunder. See if he can get, but the rupture is there. Knight just going for the straight up TP out, and he will manage to get himself away. Unfortunately, that does just mean the 2 supports are dead.
Oh, and it was pretty close for Knight as well. And he's queuing up the Lincoln Sphere. I was like, this guy's gonna need Lincoln Sphere very soon. Not sometimes you see them Pangoliers go just first item Lincoln Sphere. You're like, oh, we're up against a Bloodseeker. First item Lincoln Sphere is the choice. But alright, Magnus. Oh, so close to the Blink Dagger, but so far with that death.
Desperate to get one last little tickle onto the tower. It had like 1 HP left, but just perfectly stun locked. Could not even get that. It was very, very sad for him.
But you know, I've seen this script before. You know, at a farmed Terrorblade, his team's not doing too well. The Terrorblade just pushes the team on his back and wins it. I think it happened in this series actually, didn't it, BluScale?
I believe it might. You know, that does ring a bell for sure. Obviously, I think the names are. I think the team names are different though. But you know, it does seem familiar.
That's one of them was KMP, one of them was MKS. You know, those 3-letter names. It's like, yeah. Oh dear.
Not much difference there. Meanwhile, Knight getting tossed up into the air. Is maybe trying his best to get himself out of this. The arrow comes in just a little bit too late, and the Rolling Thunder gets off. Knight gets the connection. Oh, he got stuck on the little edge of the rock. Couldn't quite get the second grab, but it doesn't matter. BB still falls down, and with MKS getting involved, should be able to take down this tier 1 tower as well.
He's got that Manta style of rest speed. Still needs to a little bit more to get the actual item, but this mid tier 1 is gonna fall, so EHOME equalizes on the mid lane, and we have Blink Dagger. We have a Magnus with RP. Can he catch anyone? Oh, he's going for it.
Yeah, straight into the weighted arms there of Blue there with the old freezing field. Easily able to pick up that carry Bloodseeker.
And the fact that it didn't cost them an RP means that they have it available. That is the Blink reveal, so UD Vessuwan will try to be a little bit more careful from now on, expecting that, but still an excellent reveal for it. And we just saw the damage of the freezing field, and this wasn't even RP, right? This is just freezing field to frostbite. Oh, good vision here for Zhao Yu.
Find a freebie there on towards Salad. Zhao Yu just straight up Blink tagging out. See you later, Luke. You're on your own, buddy. I mean, the Shockwave trying to slow him down, but regardless, with TNT getting involved, no way to escape there for the Ice Maiden. Will die. Even Knight now getting involved. Got to be careful. The arrow will land. Able to get the shield crash off at least. He's got a bit of the damage notification. Jump in from Zhao. Zhao Yu there with the uses of the ultimate. Now Knight going with his own Rolling Thunder. Can he get a connection onto the line next to? He can't. Just leaping his way over the cliff edge. But BB's still pretty low HP, low mana. He's got to be careful. But he's thinking about re-engaging here with this Blink. He's jumping in very aggressively right now. He's just thrown his life straight down the toilet. And then, not even done yet, Zhao Yu wants to try and get the grab if you count somebody else. There is going to be the Rupture. Does a lot of damage, but even still, Zhao Yu's feeling comfortable. Oof. Arrow?
Reload the arrow! Oh god! The side. He moves his giant rhinoceros butt to the side and manages to avoid it. I did feel though like EHOME bit off a little more than they can chew. They're trying to, like, you know, it feels like they kept trying to sort of use the Zhao Yu Blink RP. He did get a good one, but that didn't really result in anything for the team. At the end though, BTS continued to farm, and I guess you're kind of okay for both teams. The win probability though is 67% on EHOME's side.
Amazing what you'll find.
Yeah, that is actually that's pretty damn significant, and I guess that is all because MKS is like a full 2,500 gold ahead of that of the Bloodseeker. So I think just that main differential between the two carries is the leading factor for that one. And I mean, MKS does seem like a very, very scary man. Got his Manta Dragon Lance on, going for the Skadi next. You know, pretty standard cookie cutter Terrorblade build there. Nothing's really breaking the mold. Meanwhile, KMP working on towards his BKB, which he should have in just the recipe away, 1,400 gold.
And Gleipnir, with the active ability of Eternal Chains, has been purchased by the Nature's Prophet. It does feel like TNT is playing a little bit better on those more core picks. Oh, get the catch in the top lane. Eternal Chains coming in clutch.
Yeah, denying the escape there from Zhao Yu. Easy peasy pick off there onto the old Magnus. It seems like TNT just sort of contesting KMP's farm there. It's like, yeah, you are the carry, but I'm a Nature's Prophet. I'm still going to just hit the creeps if they're next to me. I'm not quite going to leave them for you. Meanwhile, it looks like MKS is able to take down the tier 2 bot.
Ooh, Roshan though. EHOME feels like they might know. You know, sending people here. They smoke up, although UD Vessuwan should have spotted that smoke coming out. Knight, he's jumping in.
Come in for the Rolling Thunder, see if he gets some good connections. First stun on towards Boom Boy, and there's no way out for him. He will get taken out. But does force Vessuwan to sort of think how they want to take this engagement. Now going to be on a 4 versus 5. There's still meta available. There's still RP. So EHOME can 100% take this fight if Vessuwan tried to force it.
One very unfortunate thing about the Nature's Prophet ulti is that it hits. Oh god, Luz is gonna lose his life. That was still standing.
Arrow does also actually connect, but EHOME's going to use the opportunity now to go straight for Roche. They see that the fact that the Tiny just TP'd away. Alright, there's definitely no him. Let's just take this objective down.
I was gonna say, one of the problems of Wrath of Nature is that because it's enemies, oh my god, the fight continues.
Arrow through, Aegis on the floor, who's gonna get it? It's stuck between the trees right now, there it is, but RP! It lands onto 3, both the supports are dead, TNT's trying to get himself away, but he's gonna get skewered into the waiting arms of MKS. Fantastic play from Xiao Yu. BB, though, trying to get any sort of retaliation grab he can, but it's just a 1-for-1 trade there. Well, Vessuwan were not expecting that outcome.
Xiao Yu showing us why he went for the early blink tag with a 3-man blink RP, and UDV, like I said, this was a bit like they tried to force it with the Gleipnir and with the Tiny, but if you really need that, you couldn't have had that Tiny TP away in that situation. So now it's 4,000 gold ahead for EHOME, and that feels like a pretty massive advantage when a lot of it is on the Terrorblade.
Yeah, I mean, he is a beefy boy right now, close to 5,000 gold ahead of the Bloodseeker. It just, yeah, it's pretty much a full item ahead right now, closing into the Skadi. What's that? He's about 1,100 gold away, then we have another big item online. And this is going to be really, really difficult for Vessuwan to actually put a stop to him. And we actually see now TNT trying to farm up the enemy triangle. Knight, though, coming in, we'll spot him out. Gleipnir usage, and we'll just allow TNT to TP away.
Still weird, wild that Knight does not have a Lincoln Sphere. He hasn't been punished for it. You know, oftentimes you see like, oh, the Bloodseeker's got Pango's number. You know, the Pango can never roll. But this game just feels like, a couple of times he got ruptured and he's just been fine. Feels like Xiao Yu's been bothered by the rupture even more. He's got an Aether Lens, so that blink range is going to be pretty massive for him.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of eyes on Xiao Yu to see how many grabs he can actually end up netting for his team in this game. I mean, he's already been doing a fantastic job. And it looks like EHOME now actually going to start hitting into this tier 2. Try and take down this second main objective. I mean, to Vessuwan even... well, clearly they're not bothered about defending, they'll just let it fall. This looks like EHOME going for this smoke play. See who they're able to find off of it.
They smoke. Unfortunately, Xiao Yu straight away walks into the tower, so before it dies, so loses the smoke impact from it. But he feels like they kind of know where KMP is, and they do. He's got the BKB though. He's get the RP on if they don't want him to teleport away. And oh, I think he knows. I think he knows that he's not making it out of this one. Oh, wait, the invis.
Oh,
Gets
Dust
gone.
just
The last
about clipped
second.
onto him. Go for the TP. RP is there. Easy peasy grab there. Unfortunately, nowhere to go for KMP. Just finds him. You can see how desperate he was to get away. The fact that he dropped the rupture onto Salad of all people. Like the Rubik's like, dude, I've already used all my abilities. I don't really care if you hold me. And everyone else just ran him down.
Like maybe he wants him to steal it. He's like, here, this is a very useful ability for you to take. But he's got Blood Rage on the Rubik. That can be pretty awesome. You can put it on your allies. Ouch! If you give it to the MKS with a power on top of him.
Yeah, it can be pretty effective. Talking about being effective, Xiao Yu. Another grab here on towards BB. Tiny just stuck amongst 4 enemy heroes right now. No little avenue for escape. It takes a fair bit of time to die, mind you, but die he does. At least tier 2 was able to take down a tier 1, but a very minor consolation prize.
It feels like UDV puts a lot of stock into the mid-tiny, but I mean, game 1 they won, but at no point did I think, my god, BB's popping off on the tiny. It was more like they won BB, and BB had a tiny, those two things were not exactly connected.
Yeah,
and
game 2, agree,
Game 2, he's suffering in terms of net worth, whereas Xiao Yu, who isn't that rich, he's just been getting those insane blink RPs.
Yeah, it's a sort of like a showcase on which hero has more impact once they get the blink online, the Tiny or the Mag, and definitely seems to be the Mag winning that one for sure. As EHOME now going to be able to take down the first tier 3. start beating into the barracks. Obviously, there is a glyph now available, but do they even bother expending it just to try and keep this melee barracks alive? It looks
They
like
do.
they will. And actually, Vessuwan now go for this rapid. Oh, but what a fantastic scan there from EHOME. Like, it actually connected on their moving out of their base and knew exactly where they are, and immediately they all huddle over to the left side. What a huge game sense coming on out.
Yeah, and the whole time, MKS was just saying, he's like, well, no one's disrupting me, and can they break? They put out a ward, and Lion X, they spot, they know.
Oh, the two-man avalanche jump from Salad as well. Quickly burst down the Mirana. BB's going to be following them to the grave momentarily. And the Tusk hiding inside the snowball. Oh, just absolutely nothing they could do. Even going to get the grab now.
God.
What's a KNP? What was he even doing there? 4 people from Vessuwan gone again. And, I mean, do they just go mid-set barracks now, right? They know there's no glyph. No one's up for 30 seconds. Oh, dear.
I mean, in the meantime, TNT's just been pushing bottom. I mean, I like that he's playing this Prophet as a bit more of a core. He's getting more farm priority, but he might be getting a little too much. Like, there are buildings and nice arrow landing on MKS, but they have no way of utilizing this. No time to toss back, no Aghanim Scepter on the Tusk to kick him, and it looks like it's just gonna be honestly 3 Raxes for EHOME, and they're gonna go for more. Why stop?
Yeah, just now going on to the 3rd set. See if they can get this objective down. I mean, see the Bloodseeker respawning soon, so they will fall back. But, I mean, normally with TBs, right, he was always seen as like a late game carry where, the games would have to go for like 40 minutes at least until he was this big powerhouse. But this is 2 games in a row where a TB is going high ground at like just over 20 minutes in and winning. Like, what is happening in this series?
One thing I've noticed that carries are more focused on as long as I'm ahead of farm of you, I'm fighting. Doesn't have to be that I have to go 40 games, I just need to be stronger than you. Although MKS, he gets arrowed, but they're not interested in killing him.
Oh, what a fantastic skewer straight into the Roll of Thunder. They died so quick. Yeah, look, they're just pinging straight up to the final set of barracks again. Like, right, another 2 people down. Let's just secure Megas, boys. Metamorphosis used. This tower won't last long. No buyback available for the Tiny. And I think coming back from 25-minute Megas is a very tall order. Actually, they're not even securing Megas. They're like, go straight for tier 4s. Leave the melee, the ranged barracks. It's like a little bit of insult to injury,
Yeah, getting to the end. You're thinking, right? It's like, we'll bait them to fight us and defend their Raxes. It's like, nah. Universal obvious. Honestly, this feels like they weren't that interested in fighting, BB kind of wanted to fight, TNT didn't, and oh, here we go, we got Jumping Bamboo Boy.
Oh,
2-man RP instead.
It's the RP, just locks KMB in place, Bloodseeker just has to run away, TNT's like, guys, I'm here, I'm fighting, he can't even kill Salad, as he just gets smashed down from MKS, BB desperately trying to crawl himself away, but a horn toss back, dragging him into the weighted arms of the Terrorblade, multiple buybacks being expended from both sides right now. There's still one available for the Tiny to expend if they want to try and keep going. It looks like they will. A skewer backload, Boom Boy down, Ultra Kill. Can he get a rampage before this game is over? MKS wants it, and he wants it now. He's like, come on, just someone come and die by my hands. Please let me get the rampage. Vessuwan is hiding away. A skewer route unfortunately misses, jumping from BB, tossing it back into the fountain. They find the kill onto him. MKS though, objective total at his mind and in his heart. BKB finish off the Ancient, and that is the game over. The series tied 1-1.
Yeah, I mean, from the draft, I didn't think that, Vessuwan's draft was so amazing. They went for the Tiny again when game 1 didn't really work for them. EHOME had Magnus against 3 melee heroes, and TNT was just arming the whole game on the Nature's Prophet, and that's fine. But bottom lane went pretty well for them. Mid lane was also pretty well for EHOME. Vessuwan, the laning stage was tough, and the draft was. It feels like you really need an active draft, right?
Yeah.
Blink, Tiny, Tusk, Mirana, Nature's Prophet. Like, these guys have to be playing active the whole time, but we just didn't see that from them.
Yeah,
they tried, but sorry.
No, yeah, I was just gonna agree. Like, I think that was the idea of having this sort of Bloodseeker to try and get online as fast as possible. But they just got destroyed in the laning phase. The Magnus Rubik picked them off multiple times. Yeah, they just could not get an opportunity to actually get some decent farm on the go. And And that was it. TB. TB doing TB things. He got all the farm in the world, had a fantastic lane, and just turned up and killed people. That was it.
That seems to be like the theme of this series, right? The hero the team that gets the TB will win. I gotta give credit to Zhao Yu though. I feel like his plays on the Magnus creates so much space for the team, and gets a lot of love for that. So did Salad. Like that was the combination between the two of them. Vessuwan, I don't understand this tiny pick 2 games in a row. Didn't do much game 1, and I thought game 2 was gonna be even tougher, but they really like it, and that was a heavy punish.
Yeah.
Oh, and hey, Neon Esports, they don't have a chance anymore. That's it. EHOME is almost guaranteed playoffs.
There you go. So that is going to be, that's the downside of that outcome. Neon Esports, no chance to come back on into them. So probably, maybe we just won't see them for the rest of the tournament, even if it moves forward. So sad news for them, but hey, someone has to lose, right? Not everyone can qualify. As much as we'd like everyone to qualify, it just can't happen. Someone does have to end up losing pretty early on in the tournament, and that will be them. But obviously, there is still 3 more teams. I think there's still, up in the air at this point because there's still quite a few games that need to be played. So we're not too sure on the rest. That's the only guarantee, I believe. Yeah. So we'll obviously see how more of the future games turn out. But yeah, I think the main point of this series was Terrorblade. Full stop. Terrorblade. He seemed to do all the work.
Neither team really felt the need to shut him down, despite in game 1, both teams recognized, oh, he's killing us. Other teams like, oh, we're doing really well. In game 2, the script was flipped, and same thing happened, right? The team that got Terrorblade, EHOME was just farming, and Vessuwan was like, I guess we can handle him late game, or maybe EHOME was just putting out so much pressure that the Vessuwan had barely enough time to stay alive. I still feel like the draft was not working. Like we didn't really see TNT active. He went for the Maelstrom first rather than the ATOS, which would have, I feel like, helped him get those kills in for his team.
Yeah.
And just Vessuwan not exactly on the same page with the whole team.
Yeah, I agree. I think we're also going to give props to Zhao Yu as well. Like, he did some really good jumps forwards with the RP skewers back and everything, and I think just the general game sense as well. It's like when they were pushing up to the high ground in the top.
Yeah.
They landed that scan perfectly on where Vessuwan were, and it was the perfect read, and yeah, that just really sealed the deal there for Vessuwan. But yeah, that is it for today. Any sort of closing comments from you, Otomo?
No, I just want to make sure, guys, if you're interested in what we're doing, just make sure you follow us on the Twitters, right? I'm Otomo and BluScale. What are you on Twitter exactly? I know I blocked you, so I'm not sure what your name is.
So I come out of all nonsense. I'm not surprised there. I think it's just at @blue_scale. Nothing too great. It should be actually on the screen right now underneath our portraits. It'll have our little Twitter links. So if you guys are interested, go give us a follow. But yeah, that is it for today. Day number 8 coming to a close for the BTS Pro Series 14 SEA region. There will be some more coming tomorrow, which again, it will be us. We shall be back. So if you enjoyed today, do come around again tomorrow, because there is always exciting Dota. And hey, even if you don't find the Dota exciting, we're exciting, right? Come on, we're the main stars.
Oh, definitely. My mom always says that she thinks that I'm a star in her eye. So, I don't want to brag too much about that, though.
Mums are always the most unbiased people. I know mine is. But either way, guys, hopefully you have enjoyed the show. And again, do come around tomorrow. We'll have some more Dota up there for you. And yeah, we will see you all then. So see you later, guys.
Yeah.